It didn't start with a fight. It didn't start with suspicion, or jealousy, or even a gut feeling. It started with a sound, a low, vibrating buzz cutting through the silence at exactly to 17 a.m. the kind of sound most people ignore. A notification, a random message, something meaningless. But in that moment, in that quiet apartment, it felt wrong. He didn't wake up all at once. At first, he just shifted in bed, half asleep, reaching instinctively toward the empty space beside him. She was there, turned away, facing the wall, completely still, or pretending to be. The phone buzzed again. Short, sharp, then silence, then again. A pattern, not random, never random. His eyes opened slowly this time, fully. The room was dark, but not silent anymore, because now, there was something else in the air, tension, the kind you don't hear, but you feel pressing against your chest. This wasn't the first night. That was the problem. For 2 weeks, her phone had been lighting up late. Always late. Always when she thought he was asleep. At first, he ignored it. Then he joked about it. Your boss really loves you, huh? He had said once. She smiled. Too quickly. Deadlines, she said. You know how it is. But he didn't. Not at 2 in the morning. Not every night. He lay there, staring at the ceiling, listening to his own heartbeat slowly sync with the rhythm of incoming messages. Buzz. Pause. Buzz. Something inside him shifted. Not anger. Not yet. Just clarity creeping in, where trust used to live. And finally, without turning on the light, without making a sound, he reached across her side of the bed and picked up the phone. What he saw didn't confuse him. That's the part that stayed with him later. There was no moment of denial. No, maybe this isn't what it looks like. It was exactly what it looked like, only worse. For conversations, for different names, for different men. Each thread its own version of the same story. In one, she was playful, sending pictures taken in their apartment, in the kitchen where he made her coffee every morning before work. In another, she was colder, direct, transactional, arranging meetups with precise timing, almost like scheduling meetings. In the third, she was laughing, voice notes full of energy, sharing stories about him. That's where something inside him cracked. Not when he realized she was cheating, but when he realized he had become a character in her private world, something to joke about, something predictable, something safe to mock. And then the names started to register. The first one hit like a punch. His best friend. Not just a friend. The friend. Years of history. Trust built without question. The messages were casual, comfortable. He still doesn't know, his friend had written, followed by a laughing emoji. She replied, he's too predictable. No hesitation. No guilt. The second name, her boss. That one felt different. No jokes. No warmth. Just time slots, places, short confirmations, the kind of messages that don't need explanation because both sides understand exactly what's happening. The third, the neighbor, the guy from down the hall who always nodded politely in the elevator, the one who once helped carry groceries upstairs. Their messages were detailed, specific. They knew his schedule, his shifts, his routines. And the fourth, the one she always called just a friend, the safe one, the one she said he didn't need to worry about. That one didn't even pretend. And suddenly, everything aligned. Every late night, every excuse, every small inconsistency he had chosen to ignore because it was easier to trust than to question. In less than 5 minutes, his entire reality reorganized itself into something colder, sharper, and brutally simple. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't one bad decision. This was a system, and he had been living inside it, without ever seeing it. He didn't scream. That's what people expect when they imagine betrayal, shouting, breaking things, chaos. But reality is quieter, much quieter. When she finally woke up, the apartment was silent. He was sitting at the kitchen table, the phone placed face up in front of him like evidence. No one needed to explain. She walked in slowly, still half asleep, then stopped. Her eyes moved from him to the phone, and just like that, she understood. No panic, no shock, no attempt to lie. Instead she smiled, not nervously, not defensively, but casually, like someone watching a movie finally reach the obvious plot twist. You just figured it out, she said, calm, almost amused. The words didn't hit immediately. It was the tone that landed first, that complete absence of remorse. That subtle shift where everything he thought they shared suddenly felt one-sided. He waited for something else. An apology, a reaction, anything. But nothing came. No tears, no explanations. Just that same quiet confidence, as if the situation had already been decided long before this moment. And in a way, it had. He doesn't remember what he said, or if he said anything at all. What he does remember are the sounds. The zipper of his bag. The hollow echo of footsteps in the hallway. The click of the door closing behind him. She didn't follow. Didn't try to stop him. Didn't ask him to stay. And somehow, that silence said more than anything she could have. The next morning didn't feel real. Or the day after that. Or the week. Time stretched in a strange way, like everything had slowed down but nothing had actually stopped. He left the city within 48 hours. No plan. No closure. Just distance. The kind you hope will reset something inside your head. It didn't. Not immediately. Because once you've seen something like that, you don't unsee it. You replay it over and over. Not just the messages, but the details you missed. The nights she came home late. The way she checked her phone and smiled at nothing. The moments that felt slightly off, now sharp and obvious in hindsight. 8 months. That's how long it had been going on. 8 months of parallel lives. 8 months of saving money for a ring. 8 months of conversations about the future, vacations, plans, us. It all ran side by side with something else. Something hidden. The first month after was the hardest. Silence everywhere. He cut off everything. Numbers, social media, mutual friends. Reduced his world to the bare minimum. Work, sleep, repeat. The second month, he started therapy. Not because he wanted to. Because he couldn't not. There are things you can ignore. This wasn't one of them. Talking didn't fix it, but it helped him understand something important. This wasn't about him being not enough. It was about her needing something else entirely. Something he was never meant to be part of. The call came on a random afternoon. Unknown number. He almost didn't answer. Almost. Her voice was different. Quieter. Uncertain. The confidence was gone, replaced with something fragile. She spoke fast, like she was trying to outrun her own thoughts. Said she made a mistake. Said everything fell apart. And piece by piece, the picture became clear again, only now, from the other side. The boss had fired her. The neighbor had moved away. His former best friend had been exposed in his own relationship. The last guy simply disappeared. One by one, the people she chose over him vanished. And for the first time, she was alone. Can we try again? She asked. Soft. Careful. Like the question itself might break. And in that moment, something strange happened. He didn't feel anger. Didn't feel satisfaction. Just distance. A clean, undeniable clarity. Some things don't break loudly. They collapse quietly, long before anyone notices. And once they're gone, there's nothing left to rebuild on. He let out a short laugh. Not cruel, not emotional, just final. Then he hung up. No speech, no explanation, because none was needed. That night, for the first time in months, he slept without waking up. No vibrations. No late night messages. Just silence. And